Hey, this is Justin Schlegel from the 98 Rock Morning Show in Baltimore, and you're listening to the Hoppe and Super Rich Show.
So, Bieber neighbors are fed up. More Bieber news. Isn't that exciting? I mean, it seems like every week there's a new dumbass Bieber story.
Here's the worst part about this. Here's the sickening, nauseating thing. If this were any other kid, they'd be in rehab without any computer use, without any phone use. If this were any other kid, they'd be in juvie. Or he's not even a kid. He's like 19 or 20. He'd be in jail. But because he's the coveted Justin Bieber, because he's the talented platinum singer, he can get away with it. It's a joke. I get that celebrities are always allowed to get away with it, but the court system out there needs to lay down the law.
Yeah,
I
agree.
It's not
James Russell goes to the pen and hugs around. He's been traded.
Okay, so that's official now.
Yeah. Peace out,
Nothing
James Russell.
about Bonifacio, though. It just says James Russell.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with him. I'm not sure.
But back to Bieber. You need to be held to a same precedent. It's not like it's the same charge and it's just new news on the charge. Maybe if it was one charge, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the fact that there's a new charge every week, you have to think that there's different judges for each charge. There's multiple charges. The DUI, the egging, the parties. And then there's this latest thing he's doing now. It's like 4 charges, and I'm sure there's more. He's a punk to everyone in public. The fact that we let him roam the streets and do his Bieber things and just hop around like a beaver, it's a joke. I don't care that he sang songs. He's a human being. He's no different than us. Just because he gets the better looking girls and just because he's more talented than us doesn't mean anything. You know what you're doing. You have a conscience. You're worth a lot of money. That should mean nothing. Stop it, you imbecile. You agree with me?
No, I definitely agree with you. I mean, he just thinks he can do whatever the hell he wants.
And he can. That's the worst part. With him, with Ray Rice, they can't get away with anything. Because you have
Pretty
money
much.
and you can make it go away.
I mean, I think eventually Bieber's world will come crashing down, even more than it already has.
He'll be dead then.
Yeah, he'll be dead.
That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be jail time because he'll pay his way out. He'll be dead.
Yeah, or he'll spend like a day in jail or something and then get released. You know.
Oh, and you know
like
when they're in jail,
they're all by themselves in comfort,
using their iPhone on their laptop, watching Netflix. It's a day to relax. Come on, stop
yeah,
it.
It's just a relaxing day. But let's see what this says. I mean, so this article is about his neighbors being fed up, which obviously, if I was his neighbor, I would definitely be fed up.
Oh my God, I don't care that they're rich and they have a nice house. Let them live peacefully. They're probably classy lawyers or doctors for the stars out in Hollywood, or maybe even actors too, or radio DJs.
Right.
But let them live peacefully. Like, can you imagine having to look at that punk, having Lil Za go over, having
Lil Za,
that little awful rapper, having Will Smith, punk kid, coming over, all the other
Jaden Smith, yeah,
Johnny Manziel, Drake.
Oh man,
you've seen all those egos in one house. It's awful. So
that's got to be one hell of a house party. But can't the kid get a break? That's what the article says, not me. He moves from a private, secluded estate in Calabasas, where people who lived nearby complained about him racing through their streets, where he's facing a misdemeanor criminal vandalism charge for allegedly egging his neighbor's house.
He shouldn't have his license. He got a DUI. Mm-hmm. He was racing. If any kid in my neighborhood did that, you might be in jail for a little bit.
You could be, yeah.
But how is he allowed to go like 120 down the street? It was really fast. He could kill a kid. Mm-hmm. The kid's out. Yeah. But no big deal. He's Bieber. Let him get away with it. He's going to get his act together. Look at him the last 6 years. He's made songs. I don't care.
So he's moving from Calabasas to a quiet, contemporary condo building on a typical Beverly Hills street in what's called the Flats. Perhaps he thought it would be a simpler and easier, and he wouldn't have to mow the lawn. Problem is, the dude likes to party and likes lots of company.
Braves acquired James Russell and Emilio Bonifacio.
Okay.
Yep.
So Emilio Bonifacio is gone with them.
Yep. It has not been reported what they got in return. Sorry for the interruption.
No. It's fine. Breaking news comes in. We have to know it. So James Russell is going from good old Chicago to a nicer city.
Yep. Same with Emilio Bonifacio.
Better weather.
No, Atlanta. He's going.
I'm hoping that they get. That they get Alex Wood.
So it's worse because going to Atlanta.
No
in
fans.
In the South. With guys like B.J. Upton.
Yeah.
At least they got rid of Dan Ugla.
That's where Bieber should move Atlanta. Just leave him down there for dead.
He should move to like Chattanooga.
Right.
Just take him to some city where nothing's going on and make him stay there.
Knoxville, Tennessee or something. In fact, reports are Justin Bieber bought a penthouse for a few million only a few million, and a lower floor for entourage overflow.
Oh my God! I saw this at Roverfest. T-Pain had like 10 people, but that was the security. But it was one by one, and we're like, "Is that T-Pain? No. Is that T-Pain? No. Is that T-Pain?" Imagine having all these people around Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
and they're all like, "You don't look at him. You just looked at him weird. Put that phone away. You're not allowed to take pictures in a public place, even though it's allowed."
like it's just a little punk kid, just like.
And if he didn't have the security around him,
He'd be
or he didn't
shot.
have the money, he'd be beat up.
Shot, possibly.
You wouldn't be allowed to do this. But
Yeah.
because you have the entourage, you hide behind them like the little punk that you are.
So anyway, this article, there's not much to it. It just sort of goes on to say that his neighbors don't like him, blah blah blah. He's still sort of reckless, still doing all that stuff. Is a last paragraph. Resident Lisa Latina was less understanding and not patient at all. He's got to go, she said, one of the few at the building who was willing to talk to me. The manager politely asked us to leave their property. Others driving their Mercedes and Range Rovers out of the underground garage just blew on by without even stopping. One group is thrilled that Justin's here for the tour bus operators. At least 6 of those open-air vans came by in the couple hours that this news station was outside.
Ooh, look. Bieber lives there. All the people from out of town. That's awesome.
Take your pictures, yeah.
With the TMZ
Like, it's
tour.
just a damn house. It's not, it's not, or a damn mansion, actually. It's not really anything to take a picture of. If you see him outside, then maybe, I'd snap a photo. But, I mean, he's not going to be outside waving to the tourists.
Hey, guys, thank you for listening.
Waving to the nice family of 4 from Minnesota who went to L.A. on vacation. He's not going to be waving to them. He's going to be in his house, or he's probably not even in his house. He's probably gone. So,
or he's probably inside smoking weed, or he's busy spraying graffiti in the neighborhood.
Yeah, because
like a little punk.
Because he's done with his music, right? Didn't he say that he's retired from music
I'd retire too
stuff?
over him.
I would too. I mean, maybe he realized that it's just god-awful music and he should
And
stop.
his voice is changing, so it doesn't work, and auto-tune.
Oh, is his voice finally changing?
No heck.
Oh, is his voice finally changing?
Oh my God, I love Bieber.
Yeah.
Let's go get Chipotle.
So yeah, all the neighbors are mad at him, and that's pretty much that. I mean, anywhere he moves, the neighbors are going to be pissed off at him because he can't, live like a normal person.
Here's the worst part. Like anybody else, when you have parties and neighbors call, the parents lay down the law and you're grounded. But when you're Bieber, the parents aren't even in the picture. And I've seen pictures of his dad. His dad's like his best friend. His dad's buying him the booze. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
We need to set a precedent for the kids. Just because you're famous, you shouldn't be able to get away with it. But here's the sad part. They always will get away with it.
Coming up, the Hoppy and Super Rich Show.
With Risky, what's coming up?
Well, maybe a little
Yeah,
bit.
go ahead.
Breaking news, what's going on?
Well, we maybe will have the prospect package or the players that'll be included in the James Russell Emilio Bonifacio trade.
Okay.
Wow, what if there's some good prospects there? That could be exciting.
There could be maybe a good young
Maybe you
arm.
could get Mike Minor. He's having a down year.
I've heard
possible.
he's minor, though.
So, yeah, also coming up, we'll talk about a Bridgeport man who allegedly assaulted his ex-wife. This is from Bridgeport, Connecticut, not the South Side neighborhood in Chicago.
Thank God.
Defendant says he's too heavy to face charges, so he's going to use fatness as a ploy. A transient gets 15 years for beating up man in dispute over pork chop, and there's some other stories, too.
All of this and more. Call the show 630-785-2510.
The Hoppy and Super Rich Show.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppy Radio. For more info, check out hoppyradio.com and hoppysworld.com.